Okay, it's day 2 of learning to trust your inner guidance, and it is great to be able to share in the Facebook group. So those that have already done so, realize that in doing so you're helping others, because as you shared your ahas and your moments about your inner guidance and why you want to move forward and learn more confidently how to trust it, your own superpower, then others also see the similarities, which gives them sort of that movement forward. So for instance, a couple things that came up in the Facebook group were that there has been recognition that your inner guidance has worked for great moments of opportunities of big change. And there's been wonderful times where it has stopped you or protected you from certain situations. And where people are wanting to desire to have more of an awareness of those everyday moments of when it works for your good and how to follow it. So it's my personal experience, and this is why I'm doing this, is I've convinced myself that my inner guidance at each and every moment in my life is always tapped in and tuned in for my highest and best good. And, you know, it's learning to completely trust that. And how do we know the difference? So remember that I asked you to check everything that you actually know about the universe and things before that. So that's checking all that stuff that you know. And we're going to move into this conversation now that your body is a barometer, okay? Your body is your barometer. You were given this body to experience this world, okay? Whatever you want to call it, that God gave you the body, whether you feel like you're part of a vibrational frequency in the unified field and you believe in quantum mechanics, you know, whatever it is that you believe, you have a body that gets to have an experience here, okay? So your body is the barometer. Your inner guidance is in here. So we, for this, or others, when I say we, are identifying this as with the heart these days instead of the mind, that the heart is, we're all moving to this heart-centeredness, because this is what is resonating with the frequencies of the earth, etc., etc. So your inner guidance, yourself, is a vibrational frequency when we get to that point. The idea to keep it simple, which, you know, you can go and research all you want about the science and everybody else's opinions about how the universe works. That's other territory. Here, I'm keeping it simple. Kiss. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Okay? So your body is the barometer first. Okay? Lesson 1 today. Your body is the barometer. And a barometer, for those of you that don't know what a barometer is, it usually was there to indicate the weather and what was going on. So your body is an instrument that tells you what feels good and what doesn't feel good. Okay? So today, I want you to notice what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. So, for instance, if I go outside and I look at the trees, or I go to the ocean, or I walk barefoot, those are simple little things that I can do that make me feel good. I can stick my feet up. You might be one of those, you stick your feet up and lie back, you know, grab a cup of tea, you know, have a bath, go in a sauna, go work out. Something that makes you feel good, that makes you just like, you just feel so good. You're unwound, you're like joy, you're enjoying this. Whatever it is for you is different than it is for me and probably everybody else. We might like similar things, but even the way I go to the beach and I walk on the sand, or I walk in a little bit of the water, you know, that's different than if I'm with another person and they just like to walk on the sand, or they like to walk on the flat sand and not on the sand where you're going like this. But I kind of like that because I know my leg muscles are working, and I like that. So what brings you joy? Okay? How does your body feel in those moments when you're joyful? How does it really feel? Do you notice that all of a sudden your shoulders are lighter and it feels really good? Okay? And then notice when it's time to go to work, if that's the situation. And you're like, oh, I promised I'd get this done, and I was committed to myself. It's on my to-do list. I've been procrastinating about it. I've wanted to complete this. Okay? Even in my role in portraying that, I am portraying and tightening up and tense and stress. Okay, so those things don't make your body feel good. Now, there's a whole story that's gone on from the past, once upon a time, that says, just move through that pain, move through that discomfort. You will get through it. And there is truth in that in some capacity. This is why it's important for you to understand what your body is feeling, because there is a total difference between pain and resistance to go in a certain direction. There is, don't go in there, your like body's putting in the whole brakes and say, don't go in there, don't do that, stay away from that appointment, don't go, okay? And then there's the, oh man, that guy just asked me out, and I wasn't really thinking about having a relationship, but maybe, that's, your body's sort of tensing, but it's resistance. So it's your job to understand what your body is really experiencing, what it's really telling you. Is it telling you this is just an opportunity, like a muscle stretching and working out, that it's getting stronger and you have a little bit of to move through and something to leave behind? Or is it slamming on the brakes and telling you, no, don't go there, don't do this? Okay? And then the next part of your experience is, how do you handle that? So I remember when I first started to get these experiences, I'd say, like I'd book appointments, or I'd say, sure, I'm happy to come over and talk to you, or be, at your house, or be, at a business appointment. And then the time would be coming, and it wouldn't be I don't know if I want to go there. It'd be like, don't go there. And of course I'd be like, well, of course I've got to go there. I set this time and this appointment, and we've committed to it for a week now, and it's synced in my calendar. And what type of person would I be if I didn't show up for that appointment? Or I called now with, the morning of the appointment to say that I can't make it. How will that look upon me? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Blah, 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 blah. And my opportunity was to keep going in, saying, what does my inner guidance say? My inner guidance is telling me to cancel the appointment. Okay. Well, living from your inner guidance is living in a world where you do not know the reasons why or the answers. All you know is what's the next step to take. And as much as you think you might know the answers, or even, I'll give you an example of that later on, but probably not today, there's still so much out there you don't know, that our tiny, tiny, tiny self in the whole scope of the universe, we're diddly squat. So give away the idea that you're important. And notice what your body notices. So I had to say, my inner guidance says cancel the appointment. And I'd have to call up and say, you know what, I'm canceling that appointment. I can't make it today. And, in the beginning, I'd want to notice that I'd want to lie and make up some excuse. And I'd be like, no, because the more in tune I became with my inner guidance, the more I couldn't make up an excuse, because that wasn't the truth. The truth was, I will not be coming today. I'm just not feeling it. That became my motto. I'm just not feeling it. If you want me to make up a story or make up an explanation why I'm canceling, I can do that. But the truth is I'm feeling that it's not in my highest and best good to come there. And as I started to do that, what I discovered is when I actually did it, if it was a one-on-one appointment, whether business or personal, there was usually something else going on with this other person when they were actually honest with themselves. And they were like, oh, I'm so glad that you canceled. I was really stressed out and I could have used that extra time. Or I really wasn't prepared, but I was going to go ahead with the meeting anyways because I felt responsible that we had the meeting scheduled and I was going to do it. So your inner guidance knows all this because it's connected to the great, grand, vast universe. So your objective today is just notice as you're going through your day is what brings you joy. What really brings you joy? What makes your body sing? What makes you want to dance? What makes you want to jump for joy? Do cartwheels, do, star jumps, skip through the parking lot. I always sometimes I used to think people thought I was funny skipping through the parking lot, going to the grocery store, but you know what? that has gone by now because, you know what, if I feel like skipping, I'm skipping because I'm happy and I'm joyful and I'm living my life. And it's okay that I'm feeling so great. And everybody can be miserable if they want to be miserable. That's their choice. So notice when you're da 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 da, and notice what gives you ooh, and notice what's kind of like, I'm not sure I want to go there, but I know you're guiding me there. You know, it's new territory, and when we're going into new territory, sometimes it's like, you need some more direction, you need some little guidance, you need a little hand-holding. You need a little mentorship, and that's what this is all about, is I'm guiding you, saying it's okay to have these experiences, get to know your body, learn that your body's your barometer. Your body is here to give you the direction for your highest and best good. So learn to get to know it. Learn to know what feels it, what your feelings are, where you feel it in your body, and then take notice of that and share what you're willing to share with us about your ahas, about your one, what makes you feel good, two, what you've really noticed makes you feel like just possibly even sick to your stomach. Some people, that's what they do. They get so sick of their life, they become sick, and they don't want to get better. They don't want to get better because they don't want to go back and live the life that they're living or the life they think they have to live. So there's always a payoff in a situation that may have been installed from the past and now is not a payoff for you, but it's been such a long-term payoff for being that way that you're still accustomed to it. So now it's recognizing in your body what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and what is that, just like working out, your muscle getting stronger, your faith muscle getting stronger, your inner guidance guiding you in a new direction for your highest and best good, and you have to get used to that feeling. And if you haven't tuned in yet, just open up your hands. Think of something happy. And repeat after me. I'm asking for my inner guidance, my divine positioning system, to clearly communicate with me for my highest and best good in each and every moment. And I'm asking to be open to receive this clear communication in each moment for my highest and best good. Thank you. Did you feel the difference in listening to me previously? Blah, 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 blah. And now just opening and taking a minute or two just to get present with your intention of your inner guidance working for your highest and best good, and for you to be open to receiving the communication. That's today's objective. Noticing your body, what feels good and what doesn't feel good. And then the explanations or the thoughts that come to you regarding how to keep pushing yourself forward in a situation where you don't feel good, or why you stop allowing yourself to feel good. I look forward to hearing you sharing, and I will see you tomorrow.